Shu, the ancient name of Sichuan province, means silkworm. The ancestors of the Shu people established their state by raising silkworms more than 3,000 years ago. In the western part of Sichuan, the forefathers of Shu used needles and threads to embroider patterns of flowers, birds, fish, insects and other things on silk fabrics for decoration and worship. This was the origin of Shu embroidery. The earliest written record of Shu embroidery can be found in Shu Rhapsody, a literary work by Yongzhong, a Western Han literary scholar from Chengdu, Sichuan. Anjing Street in Chengdu City has the reputation of being the hometown of Shu embroidery. In the Ming and Qing dynasties, Anjing village had formed a scale of embroidery, where every household had women who could embroider. From the 1970s to the 1980s, Anjing had opened many family embroidery enterprises. In the long history, this place seemed like a paradise, where a group of ingenious craftsmen lived. Time is the necessary tempering for all craftsmen, from apprentices to masters. I started to learn embroidery at the original Chengdu embroidery factory when I was 16 years old. In the past 40 years, I have experienced ups and downs. I have been an embroiderer, a taxi driver, and a marketer. From 1979 to now, the market of Shu embroidery products has also gone through the stages of prosperity, decline, and prosperity again. This has something to do with the impact of the market economy, and also with the attention of the state to the protection and inheritance of intangible cultural heritage. Under various opportunities, I felt that I should not give up and continue my dream of Shu embroidery. In 2006, Shu embroidery was selected as the first batch of National Intangible Cultural Heritage List. In 2008, Pidu district of Chengdu City began to build the hometown of Shu embroidery. The policy support brought the Shu embroidery artists together again and opened a new era of Shu embroidery. In 2009, Wu Zuxiong chose to come to Anjing Street and picked up the embroidery needle again, which also started his new journey. In any case, the charm of Shu embroidery will not fade, and it has also been cleverly combined with contemporary fashion. The collision of tradition and modernity will inspire new colors and life. The spark of cultural transmission is something that no storm can extinguish. So far, Shu embroidery has developed more than 130 kinds of stitches in 12 categories, which is the richest among the 4 famous embroideries in China. The stitches are neat, the threads are bright, and the embroidery is smooth and soft. Different stitches are used to create exquisite and unique embroidery. The craftsmanship on the fingertips requires a delicate design of the pattern. The person who creates the complex style with their pure heart, an extraordinary meticulousness to sketch out the changes in the mind. The process of drawing requires concentration and smoothness of the lines, as well as the changes of ink color, such as thickness, lightness, dryness, and wetness. The draft under the brush has more rhythmic beauty. Then the designed line draft is prepared for stretching. Adjust the stretcher, fix the plug, and insert the stretching line. All the steps are done in one go, which tests the basic skills of craftsmen. After completing the draft on the embroidery cloth, it is necessary to match the threads. The embroidery threads are dyed silk threads, which are required to be bright, soft, and shiny. Some fine parts also need to split the silk thread finer. A silk thread can be split into more than 40 parts at most, and the finest is equivalent to 1/10 of a hair. This to some extent achieves the amazing delicacy of shoe embroidery. Therefore, shoe embroidery is also called ballet on the needle tip. Sitting in front of the embroidery screen, flying out the smooth stitches on the thin silk. The stitches and threads bring the beauty of Sichuan to life, and outlining the rise and fall of shoe for thousands of years. Among shoe embroidery, the most ingenious is the irregular and different colored double-sided embroidery. It embroiders different images, colors, and connotations on both sides of a piece of work at the same time, without interfering with each other. Nowadays, the shoe embroidery product line is becoming richer. There are both large screens and small pieces, both expensive high-end shoe embroidery collections, and affordable daily consumer goods.